Hello, Draculaura. How are you? Yes, it is on. Yeah, it is on. If I put it more in here, but and also my shirt, it's so like the fabric is so that see if I attach it to why why does it look so bad? Now right here, like this. Yeah, it is on, I believe. Yeah, it is on. The light is on. Let's see if maybe it's the phone. Can you hear me better? I see myself all right. I don't know because last night we had a very strong storm. Actually, it started clearing this morning, but I was a bit worried that I had to cancel it because there were like strong winds, and I have to be up here. The wind was very strong. It was like it is still it shakes a bit the windows. So I was like, I don't know how the internet is going to work with with all these strong winds. There was a lot of thundering as well. So now it seems it's clear the day. But yeah, I was about to cancel it because I don't know. Hey, Chadino, you know how my internet is has its deficiencies. But I think that also I have my electric fan on, so maybe that's why you maybe hear a bit more the fan in the background than my actual voice. Um, this is supposed to be to have noise cancellation, but I don't know. I think that it was just um, a strategy. It was just a strategy to sell the mic because I don't know. I think that it's just, it's like the other mics. But yeah, the last live stream I did watch it, and it was like very glitchy, the screen. Um, so I couldn't actually like do any TikToks of it, and create clips of it because the quality was awful. So I'm blaming my internet, and I'm also blaming the phone. There's something with the image that I don't know what is it, that is not that good. So yeah, I guess I will have to get like another camera, to film with. Now I'm back. I'm back. I don't want to spend like extra money on things, because it's nearly the end of the year. I'm sure, we all feel the same when it comes to economy. So somehow it's like, being very mindful about where you put your money. I don't want to get into debt. I don't want to use my credit card. I'm trying to stay, very, in my personal case, I'm trying to stay on top of my finances. Like I don't want to make any impulsive buy. Um, like I always, uh, tell you guys, is something that I always do. Like I use what I have, I use what I possess. Now if it's broken, and if actually, yeah, it's getting in the way of, a good quality, yes, of course I would change it. But for me, even when I do these movements, when I go from a room to another room, when I go to, being upstairs, downstairs, and everything, and that I always bring my things. um I will do a lot of changes in my background and everything. But I always try to use what I have, because I think that actually what matters, I believe, is, what I provide, like the readings, if people are interested, and not so much like, the aesthetic parts, because I think that at the end of the day, people don't pay attention to that. They just want to listen what they want to listen. But yeah, Oh, this is a mate. This is a mate. This is for the yerba mate. Just that I was aiming towards towards the straw, and I was missing it because it's so. It is this, straw is actually for a smaller, cup of for mate. This cup is huge, so every time I want to sip it, it seems like I'm missing this the straw, because it's very small. Usually for this kind of mate, the straw needs to be a bit bigger. But this one is new, so I'm using it. But yeah, this mate, I had it, and now I have it only here to use when I'm with you guys here, because I do have my other one that I always use, that is downstairs, so I don't have to come and go with it. Fun fact: when you change your phone, you can trade it. Ah, yes, I did that once with, a Samsung that I had. Yes, give your phone to the company. I did that once, and actually, it was a great purchase. Yes, I think that they like it really. I bought um the new phone. It was much cheaper because of that. Yes. Yeah, Samsung does that. Yes. Just that the one that I have is Motorola. I don't like it personally, but my dad gave it to me. He bought it as a gift to me, and he doesn't know much about phones. So he went to a store, and he was like, "Oh, my daughter works. What I do with the phone. So I guess you know how say when it depends if the client doesn't want to spend that much, or maybe they have their things. It depends on the client, but if it's maybe like an older person like my dad, maybe they were like, okay, yeah, let's give him this, and let's tell him that this is the one, or this is better. And he bought it as a surprise. So I'm like, I have to use it. Yeah, I have to use it. But ever since I have it, I had been having issues with the screen, with the quality of the video, and with the internet. So yeah, it hasn't been a good experience. Making financially smart choices is so important these days, but don't strain yourself. Using what you have is completely fine. Yeah, I know. It's just that it gets on my nerve when, but I think that this is the internet in particular, that does these things that I get disconnected and then connected. It doesn't make any sense actually, and it's so interesting that when I was downstairs, when I had this new room, the router was almost like next to me. I don't know why it would cut the internet. I had no idea because the little lights, they were all on. There wasn't like no disconnection, no restart, nothing. It was the router. But now that I'm up here, I think that even though I have a few moments that I glitch or that I have to disconnect, but it's not that often as I was, a few months ago. I love the background aesthetic, is so important. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he was so sweet. Yeah, he was so sweet. And he bought what he bought it as a surprise. And of course, this is the thing. Another, he because it's not just because he's 80, but because he doesn't look like to use credit cards. Because usually here for the retired people or elderly people, that there's always like the bank always wants to, like, do you need a loan? Do you need a credit card? They always try to get my dad into this. Not my dad, just my dad. I think that all people in general, like trick them into buying this. Why don't you get this loan? Why don't you get this? And my dad he's so not intelligent, but he's like, no, I don't need it. If I don't have it, I don't buy it. I don't need to get into a loan of, you know, a lot of years to buy something. He believes more in saving the money. Actually, he doesn't like to use debit. He wants the full cash. And I believe that when he bought this phone, he went with cash. He went with the cash. He had saved probably. He went because he doesn't own a credit card. Um, which I think that is great. Ever since I also stopped working for these like big companies, and I started like working on counseling, working at the school, and working here with the YouTube channel, and my personal readings that I do in my real life. I also like I stopped using credit cards. Like I do have I don't think that you guys know it, but it's like an application that in there you can buy. It's like a store, but also is like um, you have. I don't know how you say it in English, but yeah, it's an application where you can also get like transfers of money. It's like for example, for you guys, PayPal or Pioneer. For us, we have one in Latin America, here in Argentina, that is not for all Latin America, but it's for the Mercosur. So it's called Mercado Pago. Like an app that is like a wallet, like a digital wallet. And that you have the choice. If you don't have the money, they lend you the money. They make it so you can pay it in like in monthly fees. I do use that every time. If I'm short in cash and I'm like, I need to buy this, I use from there. But I make this very like, not, I do not put it like long months fees. I'm like, no, I'm going to, I don't know, get this out in 3 months, and I'm going to pay it out in 3 months. Um, because honestly, the economy is so fragile. At least in my country, I'm used to this. We always go through this. So I'm like, if I can't afford it, I prefer to not have it. Because you go crazy, especially with internet buying, internet online, like not sorry, not internet online, online shopping. People go crazy here for online shopping. I used to in the pandemic. I learned my lesson in the pandemic. I bought a lot of things, but I remember I bought a lot of tarot decks. Now I'm using the Modern Witch tarot deck. That this also was very expensive, and I believe it came from the U.S. This one when it came out, and I bought it, and I waited like 3 months for it to arrive to my country. This is the original Modern Witch tarot, and I bought another ones also. Um, and now that I'm moving my things upstairs, um, and I have to store the decks that I have. Here I have like a place where I have all the ones that I use regularly, the tarot decks that I use more frequently. And then downstairs I have like a bag that is full of these tarot decks that don't possess a box. And then I'm going to send you a pic. Sorry, it's just that it's the wind. This is why my internet probably comes in, because the wind is very strong. Um, but going through this process of trying to make everything fit into a furniture, um, or a shell, and I'm like, and also get them upstairs. They're heavy. They are a lot and they're heavy, just like books. Same. So I'm like, why do I have so many? Like I stopped buying a long time ago. I stopped buying tarot decks, but during the pandemic, I bought a lot, and I'm like, why? Why? Now that I have to move them and somehow organize them, I'm like, these are beautiful. These are amazing. I don't use them. So, that's why I'm like, this is like what online shopping, at least for me, was I noticed about tarot. And that I'm someone that I'm using the tarot. I'm working with the tarot. It's not that I don't read tarot anymore. But if someday I'm like, I'm not reading it anymore, I don't know where I will put them, because there's a lot. So consumerism it is. I'm starting to buy stuff for Christmas, but money has been tight this month. Yeah, I also want to. Yes, hey flamingos, hey fluffy. I also want to Christmas sales, or I will try to buy what I can. Let's see if I can put my data. I don't have data on. Let's see if it works. Online can make you lose track of the things you buy. Yes, so does the credit card. Exactly. Ah, you can resolve them. Yes. For me, if I cannot afford to go into a store, I choose to go in. And yes, I don't buy things by impulse. Oh, is it like after pay? Like you buy it now, you pay it back slowly later? Yes, like that. Uh-huh. Yes, it's like that, Dracula. Oh, how many decks you own in total? I think I don't make it. I think that it's not 100. No, it's not 100. It's definitely not 100. It doesn't reach the 100, I believe. I think that's 70, probably. 70. counting, tarot and oracle. That I have more tarot than oracle because I'm very picky about the oracles. Every time I notice that an oracle, yeah, it has a different style, but the keywords are the same. I'm like, why am I buying this? I think I might own 70. It's a lot when you have to put them in place. Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. And and this week that I was organizing everything, we were organizing everything. I also had to get my bookshelves up here also, and also like because I was using my dad had like an old furniture, like it was like an old wardrobe, and I would put my books in there, and also the books from university, and I had a lot of books, and then I had to choose, from subjects like which ones I will get here because I would want, the ones about astrology or tarot, I would want to have them here upstairs. And I'm like, I have so many books. Like, why? When you have to do the when you have to move in or move out, and you have to move all those things, you're like, why do I have so many of this? And I don't know, and I don't think that it might, because I was able to give it like a proper space and organize them, but it was very exhausting to be like, okay, this goes with this one I don't read anymore, this one I don't know. I have a lot of children's book also that it was from when I was studying English as well. So and I'm like, where will I take? And also the English books, textbooks, they're all for you to write on them. So most of them, it's all like, learning books. So they are all like, it's all used. So I don't, so how do I get rid of? They are so heavy also. The dictionaries, like who, who, who uses like a physical dictionary, English, Spanish? Who uses the dictionary? Who goes into the bookshelf and is like, I'm going to get the dictionary. The dictionary. Um, I found a tarot deck in the attic the other day, but sadly it's missing 4 cards. Oh. Mm. Yeah, the initial investment of Kindle may be expensive. Yeah, but for me, it's totally worth it. Yeah, if I would be like, okay, I'm going to get into reading again, I'm going to get a Kindle. Yes, because I don't want more physical books. Like I love books, physical. Um, and when I used to work at the shopping mall, very close to our store, there was, a bookstore, a very famous one. So, every time I would, I would get paid, I would go to the like to that, to that bookstore. So it was like a temptation, but it was great. It was a great experience. Oh, wait. Yes, the reason I read online most of the time is the lack of space. Yes. I recently bought the newest skin, and I can tell you in the long run, it saved you so much money. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And one day I will buy, definitely promise to myself, I will buy deck. Yes, please just, um, and follow your intuition. The one that you feel like this has to be mine is the deck for you. Talking about Virgo and communication and everything. Um, you know that I did create a community post to ask people for recommendations, Q&A or recommendations like about what to read for today. I was able to pull a few topics, a mix and match of everything. Because honestly, I'm not going to start reading for 2026 for the groups nor the artists yet. I think I'm going to start by the end of this month. But I want to be very productive in December. So in there, I was hoping to, do the 2026 readings for everyone if I have the time. I will have the time, of course, because I always been very organized with the readings for the groups, and especially for the groups. I start for the groups because my channel basically is more K-pop. So I'm going to read for the groups in 2026, and then once the new in my case, the new astrology will start to spin, because there comes Sagittarius season, then I have Capricorn season, then I have Aquarius season, and so on and on and on. But not yet, because we are very early to not it's not that it's early, but I think that I'm also thinking about what to launch or to give to my channel. So I have to be very organized, and also my personal life. I also have to organize my times, because um, I have to do a lot of things at work because it's nearly the end of the year. So there's a lot of like festivities. There's a lot of ceremonies, and I have to also I have to present like a sort of final. So I'm going to be busy. Um, but I was thinking, besides that, I was able to pick certain, recommendations. But then, I started seeing, and I'm like, I appreciate everyone's recommendation, but definitely I noticed that there's people that the recommendation that they leave is, first of all, they have no idea what I do in my channel, what I had read already for, what I read about, what I don't read about. Like they just go and they just put their favorites or what they want, and their ships, and I think that they don't understand that for everything there's an order, there's like a series, there's like an organization, there's like, I would say, a correlation, like this coherency in my content. There's certain ships that I will not read anymore. I don't want to say ships, it's more like popular, you know I don't know, popular co-stars, popular these people that they just pretend like they're dating on a screen. I think that in 2026 I'm going to get rid of those unless it's confirmed. There's a confirmation. I'm going to get rid of those because it attracts the wrong audience for me personally. For me, because I can be cool. I can be like, I can pull cards for these artists, yeah, because yeah, they are going through, a very successful year and everyone is talking about them. So yes, I can pull cards, to see what's up. But if I don't see, if time passes and the reading is so stuck, the reading is so like it's not deep, I would not continue reading for these people just because you think that they're dating. I'm just not, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So stop asking. Stop asking. It's simple as that, or go to another channel and keep asking in that channel and or something, because I think that people get the wrong idea about, um, sometimes you read for celebrities and I'm like, but where is the proof? Where are they together? Were they together? Did they say something? Is there like real evidence? No, it's just people thinking and doing edits. And no, because they were here and the other one was here, and their energy is honestly in the readings is so low that that's also a waste of my time and a waste of my ability to read the cards, because I'm like, there's nothing in here. Like no, no, no. But so I'm like, what is going on with I think that I'm going to have to stick to maybe asking people on Discord about future readings, or I'm going to also start like doing the research myself about what is going on in K-pop, what is going on in these sort of spaces, and I'm going to try to come up myself with who I'm going to be reading for, because the recommendations are very repetitive, are very focus on the individual. I mean, focus on like what I want. I want my bias. I want like I read for them already. Like stop it. Um, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Honestly, I feel like it's a waste of my energy and my time. So yeah, yeah. I found the decks, but I haven't had the opportunity to buy it yet. Yes. I'm not a crazy Luna. I'm basically the same age as them. Oh, the new things you wanted to bring to your channel is that what yeah, but it's not just that. It's about that actually I didn't have many responses. I had a few that were interesting that I'm like, okay, I like it. I wrote them down. But then, for this live stream, I asked, and people get so like, but what do you mean that you want something original? Like, I don't want to read for the same people. That's what I'm asking. That I don't want to read for the same people. Even, I have in my community, of course, there's a lot of people of different fandoms. But even in my community, there's people that they are like, this is my favorite group. But even I know that you read for them a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not asking for them again. So there's like a sort of like a respect, I guess, like a respect, like it has to make sense. It has to be good for me, or entertaining for us, because this is why it's a community post. It's like for everyone. It's not like just like, oh well, let's see if I can get my request and see if you will pick it. Like, no, no. So I don't know, I think that my community posts are not reaching are not reaching. I mentioned pick apart. Ah, yes, that one I also wrote down, Fluffy, definitely. Yes, those that you said, I wrote it down. Yes. Then there's another person that also said something about, not the dark side of K-pop, but it was more like, the part that is hidden from maybe the part that is not so seen about the idols, maybe struggles and things that I also wrote it down. Yes. Lately, I haven't been into K-pop. I like 80s, Stray Kids, and Mix, lately, Last of Fear, and Fortune. That's the only fifth I like. My son in Cancer, Moon in Leo. Yeah, yes, I'm not into ships. I only like them when it's confirmed. I hope idols can date. Openly, because I get excited. Oh, me too. When the news comes out, I get so happy for them. And also so excited because I'm like, we won the tea. Yes, the Discord community is always there for you, here for you. I'm just scared to speak on the community post. Yes, exactly, Chatalina. I was like, you know, I think that how old is my channel? I have been doing this like for 4 years. It's going to be 4 years in January. It's going to be 4 years. So I think I have the authority to be like, I don't like these recommendations. I don't want to go there. I don't want to, like, if they're dating, if there's some celebrity that is dating, my way to celebrate their bond or their friendship is to pull cards for them. Because for me, it's like, okay, I will give this person, just like every time, there's someone that asks for a group that maybe is not that popular yet, but I'm like, I'm going to read for them. Like, I always been that person, because I want place for everyone, for us to get to know them. Um, so so every time they go back to the same ships, the same old ships that you're like, My God, like what was it? That ship of um, there was one of very old that it was of Red Belt Joy and the B2B Sunjay, was it his name? That one. The one of Damien and the also the other girl of we got married. Like, oh no, old news. Like, I don't know. I'm like, and on TikTok the same. On TikTok, the comments that they leave is all about these delusional ships that you're like, who? Jisoo and Taeyeon of BTS. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I'm like I think that this is why sometimes I feel like I'm going to change somehow to go to another that is not Korean. So sometimes people can move away a bit and I can do something different because yes, I was so happy also. Yes. The problem is the moment you read for someone, the people who ask are going to ask again. Yes, yes. Yeah, I noticed that because they saw you. Wait, guys, I'm back because I ran out of data. So you have to rely on the Wi-Fi only. You have to rely on the Wi-Fi only. What would you like to do? Would you like to do something entertainment history, or would you like prefer to remain in that niche? Um, I think I would like yes to. I think I would like yes to get out a bit of that niche, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like celebrity readings because I think that American or European, I don't know, like random celebrities, like popular celebrities that like from movies and stuff, or influencers and all those things. Um, they are not that interesting neither. Like this is why I'm like I prefer to stay with the Asian, sort of community because yes, of course, there's a lot of like um, their image is very curated, so everything that you see obviously is not like you see it. But at least they have like a work ethic that American and the celebrities that for me I think that they every time I read for them I feel it like energetically they have a lot of issues, and a lot of those issues maybe is substances abuse. And I think that when it comes to Asian artists, it's not so much that it's not their judgment is not that clouded. Maybe their biggest like mistake, not mistake, their biggest like something that gets in the way is that they are very workaholic and they are very career orientated and they are very much like focused on reputation. What would make me look good? This is why there's certain ships that are being sustained because it gets them views, it gets them money, and this is like it's done on purpose to get more people to like them and to spend time, money, resources on them. Um, so, but I think that they are like, I don't know, I think that energetically they are cleaner, cleaner than the regular celebrity. It feels lighter. It's just that they are workaholics. They are workaholics. I feel Like especially the men, I don't know, not the K-pop idol, the male actors, they feel so like, especially the ones that you see that they play this role of them being like lover boys and like, oh, I'm so in love with you. They think only about their career. They are not thinking about getting married. They are not thinking about like, oh, my co-star is so pretty. No, they are thinking about making themselves look good, connections, money, deals, and I think that, well, they work for that. But I don't feel that that's sentimental like people see them. Sometimes they see that they play the guy that is in love with this girl because they're so romantic, and probably in my cars I'm like, he's not that romantic, but it's their work, it's their life. So I guess in that sense it makes sense that they are so worried. Oh, when I saw new in K-pop, I literally used to think that B and JK are dating each other because those crazy fan channels. Yes, I remember when I was in army. Yeah, I used to see that. Like I would not see them, but they would come up very frequently on the YouTube, and they would come up, and I would be like, oh my God, what is this? And there was like a whole storytelling. There was like a whole, like, and it's not just a clip, or it's not just a video, it's a lot of videos. So yeah, people are very resourceful and creative when it comes to that. What about personal readings, like a lot of tarot channels do, like pick a card and then, yes, yeah, I can do that, but I don't know. I mean, I see that those readings, they do very well, like personal readings, like pick a cards. Yeah, I think that they attract a lot of views. I should try that as well. To give to the, um, more like if people want to, pick their options. Maybe a message can help them. Yes, I could do that. Yeah, yeah. To sort of, start expanding a bit and not being only focused on, Asian entertainment. I did enjoy reading, must say, I did enjoy reading for Chinese actors and actresses. I must say I did enjoy it. I felt, honestly, like going back to my experiences, I felt very like a more sensitive vibe. Like they really, it's not just about work, 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 and I have to be famous and I have to make it. They are so sensitive that I love that. I'm so thankful that I decided to read for them, because even though they have their crazy fandoms as well, they have there's a lot on their side, of course, but there's something different when I read for them than for Korean artists. It's so different. It's so different. Mm-hmm. Yes, Chinese actor was refreshing. Japanese personalities too. Yes. Just that Japanese. Remember when I read for for Kento? For Kento. Remember when I read for Kento and I saw these people? Like I was like, who is he fighting? And then there was the scandal. But not Kento. Sorry, is it Kento? No, Kentaro, not Kento. Sorry, I'm not. No, not Kento. Kento is well. Well, Kento, his energy also was a bit low, but he wasn't like, there was no issue. The one that with the issue that was Kentaro, not Kento. Yeah, Kentaro Sakaguchi. And I was like, who are these people? why, why, why are they here? those are the things that sometimes they amaze me about tarot readings, that I'm like, for someone that I haven't been doing this for a long time, but seeing how the readings, and of course I read for a lot of people, so I might miss it. I may not get it. There's going to be a moment where I'm like, you didn't get this right, probably, because I'm a person and I'm reading for a lot of people, honestly. Like I read for a lot of people. But the moments that I do get it, I'm like, and the other day I noticed, because on TikTok there was one single person that left a comment on my Jisoo tarot reading that I did for her for 2026, 2025, sorry, 2025, the beginning of this year. I made a reading for her. I believe it was on Capricorn season, and I remember I got this skin once, and I was like, because this man is taking over the reading, like why it feels like he's more famous than her, like he's going to bring a lot and he's going to be talked about a lot. And there was this person that left a comment, and also this TikTok, it didn't have any comments actually, like it was very clean. And she was the one that, in October of 2025, she was like, that you saw was, sign. And I was so like amazed by that, because I rewatched it and I was like, yeah, I kind of was seeing Sain. But it's so interesting how I did the reading in very early in the year. I don't know if it was January or if it was December of last year, but I was seeing someone. And this person was, very kind, in her perception of watching this TikTok. And she was like, that was Ain that you were seeing, and it was the first time that I was like, you're kind of right. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. I remember when you read for those Japanese musicians a while ago, like Hyde and others. It was all artistic and quite different. Kento. Yeah, no, we do love men, but yeah, 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 we do love men here, of course. It's just that, maybe in their culture, and in my culture as well, because we from Latin America, we are not very far away from this. But it seems like in Asian culture is very much installed, misogyny. And like, the male actor is going to get out of this just fine and going to have their career back, and the girl is going to be stained like forever. you know Her reputation, her career, she's not going back. Yeah, it's like that. Do you know about X? I love XG, girl group, K-pop, J-hope. They are so talented, like in everything. Nancy singing. Oh yes. Oh my God, yes. Every time I see their name, I'm like, are they a YG group? I remember XG first. I was like, are they being managed by YG? I don't know. I was so stupid. Like the association that I did just because of the letters. As an Asian girlier perspective of men can be quite different, because a lot of them can have misogynistic thoughts. I'm just looking at the facts. The Asian ladies don't want to marry them. So I'm like, you have to think about that. If they don't want to marry them, mm, I seen a Korean girl that they said that Chinese men are way nicer out of the other two Asians. I don't know about because there's Thailand and there's others. Yeah, there's Vietnamese also. But I think that they mentioned Chinese men that they are nicer to their partners. And this is what I got when I read for Chinese actors and actresses. I got this nice vibe, this caring vibe. I care for my people. I care for the staff. I care for my co-stars. And that's a feeling, and I got very happy reading for them. That's a feeling that I usually don't get when I read for other actors. I don't feel it. I feel a lot of coldness, like a lot of when people get fixated on certain roles that they play, the actor usually is like, I already moved on from that. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm going to read for remind me, I have to read for XG for 2026. Yes, let's include them. Let's include them in the. Of course, I'm going to remember because I want to read for them. There was this YouTube channel from a French guy who is with a Korean woman. She told him she would never date a Korean man ever now that she's with him. And also, if you see like very famous artists, like female artists, they are not married. And the ones that were married, the ones that got divorced, it took them a lot to get their careers back. And until this day, I'm sure there's people that blame the woman for the divorce. So, I always pay attention to that. I'm like, not as a tarot reader, because, as a tarot reader, I will pull the cards on the one that you tell me. It's better if I don't know the tea. But as a woman watching, and observing certain, certain maybe interviews and, certain sides of the story, I'm like, I will always believe the woman. I don't know. I don't know. Of course, there's like, women that they are not, that well balanced mentally, so they can be awful as well. They can be, they can get married for the wrong reasons. There can be gold diggers. There can be, people that are, just not good people. It's not about gender, but I think that um, I'm always like thinking about, like I'm always like, there's a reason why the famous girlies, they don't they may have a friendship, but they don't marry them, or they don't see them as, oh, because he's handsome, so you have to marry him, or you have to be, like, for example, everyone thinking that, like, oh my God, like, this girl wants to get my bias. Like, no, probably she's running away from him. Like, mm, yes. Yes. That's why all the girls in K dramas are portrayed as very innocent and all that. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know. I'm no expert in K dramas, and of course that this is not. But I do watch K dramas, and since I'm not a romantic, someone that loves, like, for me, if I watch like a romantic genre, it has to have certain elements of like mystery, or it has to have something that entertains me, and then I get attached to the couple, But there has to be a purpose, There has to be a strong plot for me. For me, but then, because I started getting certain recommendations, and I started watching some, that some, oh, again about the arranged marriage, the fake boyfriend, the the person that pretends to be their boyfriend, pretends to be with them, but they are not real. Then they fall in love. Then they accidentally fall in love with each other at the end. And I'm like, why is this so repetitive? Like for me, this year, honestly, it has been very awful for K dramas. I think that the ones that I watched, I dropped them in the episode one, 30 minutes in. I dropped them. I dropped them because their plot is so redundant. It's like the same plot all over again. The girl that she has to come home because she was fired or she had a traumatic experience in the big city. So she goes back to the hometown, and in there she meets her high school, her boyfriend from the childhood years, the poor that they're orphans, and that no, it's all repetitive. And I'm like, I'm done with that. Like, just not. There have been some good dramas this year for me, but when it comes to romance, I'm like, again. Like I think that the like I have so much respect for people that does review for K dramas because the level of excitement that they have for certain troops and certain, like, oh my god, like, and they have to watch all the episodes, like, to do the review. The crazy mother, the crazy ex-girlfriend, the toxic mother-in-law, the sister. um the one that I did watch, that I'm still watching, is Dear X. Dear X is cool. I did like the actress that is so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Like, my God, she's like a princess. I know she's super famous. I read for her in my channel. I know who she is. Kim Chu Young. She's beautiful. Um, Dear X. For her, I'm watching the male actors. Chef Kiss also. Then I started watching Spirit Fingers, that is based on a webtoon. But that is very juvenile, Spirit Fingers. But I did love the concept of the colors, this club that they have, this drawing club, and also the couples are so cute. So if you have a chance and you want something light, something that passes quickly, something that is not traumatic, that is easy to watch, go watch Spirit Fingers. Mm. My mom has been watching As You Stood By. As You Stood By, I honestly, I episode 3, at the beginning of episode 3. And then because I do follow um, two girls that they do reviews. I did listen to their podcast to see how it ended, because it was so triggering. It was so triggering. It felt like the scenes of abuse, it felt like they were done in slow motion. They wouldn't stop. And also, the actress is amazing. The way she portrays this, the vulnerability, the tension in the air, like I would feel sick, and also very angry at the situation. I would be so tense watching this, especially because I did had clients, women that went through similar situations. So, oh, it was like going back to that to the details, to the and in this case we're talking about this a visual um, representation of everything. Um, and also like I never had that experience, but I remember having, you know, a, a boyfriend of one of my, not childhood, but we were like in high school together, and she started dating this older guy. And I remember he had this violent energy to him that he was just like the character, you know. We would be having a good time with her and other you know, people from school, and he would come to pick her up, you know, and he would be like that character, you know, like the character of the abuser. Very like with a smile, you know, trying to look cool, like, oh, you know, I have been like looking for you, like, let's go home, you know, I'm here to pick you up. And to see her transform, you know, with fear, like, I don't want to go, but at the same time I don't want him to be upset at me, you know. And I remember, I think I went back to that place where we were very young and inexperienced back then, you know. um, and I think that we even felt like the nervousness in the room. It seems like the time stops, you know, when you perceive like there's danger, like, but it's so it's like when you don't know, it's as if you are, you know, in front of a dangerous creature, but that creature looks friendly. So you feel the danger, but you don't know how to explain it, because it's not like, oh, we don't like him. It's more like he's pretending to be nice to her in front of us. But we know from what she tells us or the way she gets, you know, that definitely he's either she's afraid that he's upset at her, or there was a lot of manipulation, you know. And I think that I will never forget that feeling of like, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong. There's something like it feels like it's in the air, this tension. And when I saw this, you know, this K drama, the first episodes, I felt like going back to that, you know, like when you're like, we are in danger, she is in danger, but like, oh, I don't know. Then she broke up with this guy, but I feel this like, you know, when the person is like pretending to be super nice and they smile and they're like, hello everyone, and you're like, but she's not smiling. So no. Mm, mm-hmm. Yeah, because yeah, they get the revenge. I was also like, you know, watching because they told me that from what I've seen is that, you know, you somehow won the outcome, you want them to win. um and I think that they do, but the first episodes, for me it was like, no, I cannot, like, I cannot. Hey, Hope. Yes. And also, what is going on with these songs? Like, I'm no expert. Of course, I'm not going to talk about this as if I was an expert, but I miss songs that have a I miss longer songs. I miss songs that they were songs, properly songs. These TikTok, these 2 minute songs, that they have these weird sounds. Like, I don't like it. I'm sure that the audience, the target audience is for the younger people, and I'm not young. So yeah, I guess I'm an old person that I'm like, this is not good. Um, but I understand if it's TikTok popular and the challenges and all those things, good for them. My God. The death of bridges, yes. The death of bridges. Like, my God, please bring quality music. Like, what happened? Ah, yeah, the autotune. And you don't know who you're listening to. Yeah, it seems like you are like, this sounds like this person, but then I cannot tell. Missing good singers. Yeah. Bring back shiny music. Ah, yes, repeating one word until the end of the song. Yes, until it ends. Yes. Let's repeat the song until it ends. And they it's like I got into K-pop because it had a bit of Korean. Like, I don't know what is it now, but well, I guess they love this. So yes, I guess this is what they want to do. This is what they want to do. They want to, yeah, they want to appeal to that market. So yeah, that's the next thing you're going to hear Trump in the songs. Yes. The other day I listened. Yes, it's a bit of shiny. Yes. Yes, exactly, exactly, Giorgio. Yes. I'm distancing myself from K-pop lately. I feel like I can sing better than them. I'm gone. Yes. Um, yes. Uh, it's so funny. It's so fun. But it's you know um, they wait they their they are marketed like this, and what they receive from the audience is like, we love this, please give us more. So yes, they will keep giving you this kind of music. Yeah, yes, they did mention, yes, they did mention, it's in the song, yes. I think Elite does K-pop well. Most of the lyrics are in Korean. Yes, they are in Korean. Yes, Elite. Yeah, I think that, yeah, about music also, I'm not entertained. I'm nowadays I'm more like watching, like, I call it variety shows, but it's not variety shows. I don't know how it's called. Maybe you guys know. That is like this mix of actors, maybe comedians, and there's some K-pop idols that they go through these, they play games, they go through these challenges, like they go visit somewhere, and they win things, or and it gives you this funny content. It's not variety. It's, I don't know how you call it. Like, do you know, guys, how it's called? um or I just watch their content if they have YouTube channels, and if they have like, oh, a day in my trip, or I went here, or I traveled here, or I'm going here, or I'm going camping. I will watch those. I will watch those. Is I'm more like consuming more like what the actors are doing, actors, and yeah, sometimes the K-pop and K-drama community collabs. They collab, or they are together. Like, for example, I've been watching Exodio, this comedian Wanso, and King Wubin, is it, that they go to Mexico? They go to Mexico to they recorded in Mexico. They were in Mexico, and they record content. And it was so funny, like seeing them, talking in Spanish. It was so funny to see, that's like good content, for me, to see them adapt to another culture. Um, it was so fun. Uh, then another one that I do watch also is What's in My Fridge, with the, some contestants of, culinary words, and they invite actors and K-pop idols. I did watch that. I did enjoy that. So, yes, more like that content. I don't know how it's called. That some, I guess it's Korean entertainment, But I do love it because I get to know, maybe certain actors or actresses that I normally don't follow because I don't know them. Um, but like, these Caterers games, or I seen the one of JYP artists, and now I'm watching the Starships season 2. Is hilarious as well. Yeah, it's more like variety. Yes. Yes, I'm going to make it simple. Is Shiny, Hope, do you know if Shiny is going to have a comeback? Because I want them back. I want their music back. I cannot stand the music of today. So, do you know if they're having a comeback? And about the EXO situation, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed because, when I read a couple months ago, I said that this comeback was going to be, despite of, all the lawsuits and everything. I was like, this is going to be, all of them are going to be in the comeback. So what happened? Like, it's so messy. SM is so messy. Like, honestly, they don't know how to treat their because we're talking about EXO. So they want to be petty, but it's like, you're wasting your potential. You suck. It's a company that sucks. It's a company that sucks because you cannot do that with EXO. Especially we're talking about Vecchio, we're talking about Chen, Xiumin, their voices. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh my god, and poor the fans, honestly, because when I saw that, I remember Katie asked me for, like, will we ever come back with all of them together? And I was like, yes, you're going to have a comeback. And now I see that yeah, they're going to be together, but now they're not going. Even Lei is in there, but not the OT9, the old seven, the old sorry, the old nine of them. So oh my god, like have them gone crazy, like oh my god. Yeah, we're waiting for a formal announcement of Chinese comeback. Are so under SM. Kai is very talented. Yeah, but isn't Amy busy currently? So I think we have to wait. And poet artist wasn't a long time ago. Hmm. Yeah, maybe at the beginning of the year. I hope K-pop groups get more creative control. In control. Many others have already left. I'm so disappointed. That SM is awful, honestly. Like, and I'm like I will not say anything because I'm an NCT fan. So and I know that there comes the enlistment, and I know that a lot of things are going to change, but I think that the part of EXO and their treatment and how they play with the fans' expectations, they should be thankful that they still have fans. Like the company, they should be thankful that the fans are still like somehow being like, okay, we will keep supporting. Because the way they treat this group, like they are legends, I would say, just like Shiny, just like, you know, um yeah, Shiny, EXO, yeah, the part of TVSQ, the two guys, the two members, the only remaining TVSQ, they're part of a history, and also their talent that is, you cannot, um, you have this SM 2025, SM 25, rookies somehow, doing a cover of Growl, doing a covers of EXO songs, but you cannot get EXO together for one comeback. Like, oh my god, like, oh, I think that you have to honestly, like, you have to have a strong heart to be a fan of an SM artist. You have to have, I don't know, at least I'm no expert. I'm sure that the fans that have been longer here than me, they know about this and they're so used to this. But for me, I'm so annoyed. I'm like, you guys have like probably the most talented people ever. Yeah. It should, I think that I've never been so like, when it comes to NCT, I'm not surprised because of everything that has been going on. But well, I'm breathing. I'm like wishing for the best. But poor the fans of EXO, honestly. Like, even if you are not like 100% agreeing, or if these CBX members are not your favorite, I don't care. EXO is 9. So what are you doing? Like, oh my god. Mm. Yeah, egos are driving us also to the ground. Lisoman prioritized groups, second, third gen groups, but now SM is all about the fourth, fifth gen. And they're not doing a good job also managing the fourth and fifth gen. They're only lucky because they have talented idols. But their promotion sucks. Yeah, the promotion sucks. Okay, I'm going to reading because I'm going to get on my nerves, and and like this is not the perfect. This is not the sentiment for the tarot reading. I'm going to calm down. Just that I hate SM so much, but I love their groups, so I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. I'm going to complain, but I'm going to stay because I support their groups. I support talent. I'm going to stay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm going to put some cards for Twice Career. Let's see. Let's see. For Twice Career. Mhm. Okay, for Twice Career, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Star card. So, a lot of new beginnings. A lot of new beginnings. Could it be more like individual? Individual individual beginnings? Because I have the Four of Swords. So it's like a passionate new beginning, like something a passionate projects, but also I see a bit of hiatus, like and not hiatus for bad, for like oh something has to happen, a reason. No, more like you can come down, like maybe you guys can rest, and there's going to be new projects for certain members. Um, a lot of beginnings, a lot of new beginnings, new projects for the girls, and we have the star card. So yeah, they're going to keep, being stars, shining a lot. I think that there's a lot of new projects. There's like a lot of like new, um, um, how can I say this? Like a lot of work, but it's very creative and it's very well done. It's very creative, very creative, very creative. But I think that for some of them, there could be a hiatus for some members. Like for some members, being like, "Oh, thank God that these members are going to be doing this, so I have time to rest." I think that they're going to take turns. They're going to take turns to rest. I can kind of feel it that they're going to have to take turns to rest. But the Ace of Swords, even when I say hiatus, I think that I can say like physically, some of them are going to rest, or maybe not being that demanded physically. But the Ace of Swords is like the communication is going to be open, it's going to be brand new. So probably, yeah, some of them are not going to be that active physically, but when it comes to messages, communication, I don't know, live streams, chatting with the fans, or maybe having their own show, their own content, like creativity is in there. Technology is also involved in here. And also we have the star card. So there's something about actually Twice, it's part of their of these new beginnings that they are going to keep shining. They're going to keep being valued as stars, but not so demanded like physically. Not so like, oh, you girls have to be here. No, I think that more is like going to be a bit separated their activities. Yeah. And also they got the card of boundaries. Boundaries. So probably they have been really good. Like there have been negotiations, there have been communication, there have been sort of exchange of opinions and feedbacks, and they had put certain boundaries, maybe with the they had their talks, they had their agreement, like, okay, we are not going to do this like we used to. We are going to, give us time, give us a space. Let's not overlap each other's, content or each other's activities. Let's give a space, because they don't want to be all over the place, all of them. They need to rest also. But I think that it's not like, I think that the girls don't want to rest, honestly, like physically. I think that it's more like here. Like I need, I need to reset. New year, new me. We don't want to do the things. We don't want to. It's not about overworking, but I think that they don't want to start the year feeling like they're running towards the same goal, or they are like working or demanding themselves physically until they are exhausted. They're like, no, we don't want to start the year like this, or we don't want to end the year like this. We need a bit of, let's slow down. But they have a lot of things to come, a lot of new projects, a lot of new projects. I think that is going to be one different from the other. Definitely. Definitely. So great. A lot of options, I think that you guys are going to have like different options, different content from the girls. You're going to be like, oh, I'm going to be checking, this member's work, and then I'm going to be watching the other members work as well. So you're going to have a lot. Don't worry, you're going to have a lot to choose from. I'm going to change my mind. Okay. Okay. I have a question here that it says, the K-pop company's reaction to Katseye, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Rosè Grammy nominations. But it's very general, like they can think a lot of things, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. K-pop company's reaction to Katseye, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Rosè Grammy nominations. Let's see. We're going to put first one card for the K-pop companies. A reaction about Katseye, the reaction about K-pop Demon Hunters, and the reaction about Rosè Grammy nominations. The first thing that I want to say, because I can sort of feel it before I pull the cards, there's a lot of jealousy, honestly. Like, I think that you don't need cards for me to say this, but there's a lot of jealousy and a lot of envy, I would say. It's like, oh, that could have been me, or that could have been my group. It's not so much like I'm so happy. But yeah. I mean, about the companies, the K-pop companies in general, their reaction, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the reaction, I think that for them is like, it actually, they are like, okay, if they're successful, they bring more success to me as well. There's something about the K-pop company somehow, having sort of like, them being this Queen of Pentacles. So they see it, yes, their view or their perception or reaction is that they can be a bit like contemplative, like look at the numbers and just being very practical about this. But honestly, they are not that impressed. Disconnected. The Queen of Pentacles is like, well, we are bigger, or we have more, or like we have this. So their view is very like stable, like not so is not that affected. It's like they think that they have resources as well. I don't know if they think that, okay, if they make money, we can also take advantage of that, and we can make also our own coins, our own money. um so for them it's all business. It's all like, well, we can take from that, or we can take influence from this and learn from this and then make it our own. But they are not like, oh my god, this is like so new, or this is something that no one ever done. No. And also there's something about um maybe resources, or maybe them having a very I get disconnected, but I think that is because the internet is so can you see me, guys? Okay. Yeah, it's the wind. I don't know what is it. Okay. About Katseye. Our Katseye, we have the seven of swords and we have the king of wands. So I mean, about Katseye, there's a man in here. There's a king of wands. And somehow there's something about the companies, like some literally like wanting to walk away from this man. Is Katseye like created by a man? Because there's something about them be like, oh, I don't go there. Um, it's like we don't talk about Bruno, something like this. It's like yeah, we don't say anything neither. Like, yeah, it's cool. You do what you have to do, But they are like, yeah, we don't. Yeah, if he does this on the other side, we go the other way. They are like, we have no opinion, which is interesting because I'm like why it should be about their perception about the girls, not so much about this man. But they are like, yeah, we don't talk about that. About K-pop demon hunters, we have the seven of wands and the two of swords. So there's something about K-pop demon hunters that um, they're a bit like on the defensive about K-pop demon hunters. Could it be that these K-pop demon hunters, could it be that they represent a sort of like competition for them, and they are not really sure. They are a bit on the defensive about K-pop demon hunters. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm back. um. So they are a bit like, yeah, we don't know how they can impact us. Maybe they are a bit like, they can take possibilities away from them, and they are a bit on the defense. Does K-pop demon hunters, do they have like a different technology or a different way? I know it's a movie, I know it, but could it be that they represent like something that is like, they are like, it can mess up a bit our way of doing things? Because if we think about the company's poster, the Queen of Pentacles is very much in their own ways. It's like we always done things like this, and we always been successful. So it's like I would prefer for things to stay the way we wanted it to be. So they are a bit on the defensive about, how this can impact them. They are like, yeah, like we accept them, but somehow we are a bit like on the defensive about this, because I don't know how they can. There's something about like, yeah, it's cool, but don't get so much on our territory. Could it be that they are a bit on territorial about like, yeah, you took certain things from us, but we will not let you pass that long. Maybe there are certain companies that you're like, yeah, we know that you taken, sort of like influence from us. But, in the near future, if you create something, you better create your own, because and we possess the rights to it. So there's competitiveness. It's like, don't get too far with the inspiration, something like this. They are on the defensive. And about Rosè Grammys nomination, we have the Three of Swords and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So about Rosè Grammys nomination, there could be a bit of disappointment from some people. Like, I don't know, maybe thought that someone else should get it. There's a bit of, disappointment. But the Knight of Pentacles is also like this energy of like, well, we will work harder for our groups to get it next time. Something like this. Something like this. But there's a bit of, I'm disappointed that other people didn't get it. Like, we would hope that others would get it, not her. Maybe there's something about that. Maybe them expecting that a boy group would get it, or a male artist would get it and not a girl. But the Knight of Pentacles is like, we will keep trying. We will keep working. We will do it our way. The Knight of Pentacles, again, the Queen of Pentacles is like, if we get it, we want to get it with our own way of working, like somehow like that. And they're very patient. The Knight of Pentacles is like, well, it could take us longer, but we will get there. But there's a bit of disappointment. I don't know if people are like, people of companies, I mean, these companies, they are like, we were hoping someone else will get it, not her. Maybe it has to do because, if Rosè does get it, it means like it's a great like accomplishment for her and her group and her people and her and the girls, and not so much for the guys, for the men in the industry. So there could be something that it has to do with, like, oh, we were hoping a boy group would get it. But yeah, the other, like, oh yeah, we're okay, but at the same time, there's this feeling of like, yeah, we're really not paying attention. Like, maybe they say like, oh, we love this group, or we love this that you're doing, this is great for you, but inside they're like, yeah, it makes no sense for me, for us, like, actually, because the Queen of Pentacles is like, we have our own work, we have our artists, so they're stuck in their way. The Queen of Pentacles is like, they had been successful for a very long time, so they're like, we have been doing things like this, and we have been successful, and we have been getting the results that we wanted. So, about what the others are doing, yeah, we congratulate them. If they are, if they are like a hot topic today, we are like, we are so proud of you. But they are not like, oh my God, like that you did is something that we never thought of. No, they are like, yeah, I mean, maybe from their perspective, it's like, this is not going to be long lasting. This is going to be like a moment, like a moment, a hit moment. They see it like this, The Queen of Pentacles is more like, I want to see the numbers. I want to see the money. I mean, if you're getting the numbers and the money now, I'm happy for you, but I want to see how long it lasts. The Queen of Pentacles is more about like long lasting, like the results that stand the test of time, the loyalty of people, the consistency of the fans, the loyalty, the things that remain. And maybe they see that these things that are trending right now, they are like, yeah, today they're good. Now let's see a year from now. Like I think that they are very traditional. Their view is very traditional like this. They will not change their view because a Queen of Pentacles is someone that has been successful for a while. So probably they know, they've seen how history repeats itself, and they are like, yeah, it's cool, and I'm applauding you from here, but get it doesn't interrupt with my businesses. Mm. Okay, I'm going to continue with will Shuhua of Idol. Shuhua make her solo debut in January. Mm. Was she this solo debut? Was she supposed to have a collaboration with someone? Because I have the Two of Cups, we have the Tower in the middle, and we have the Knight of Cups, and then I have the Card of Freedom from the Oracle. So definitely in maybe in 2026 and also in maybe in January, there's going to be a feeling of freedom. I think that there's something about she feels has to somehow break a sort of like, I don't know if it's collaboration or if it's association or if it's like a friendship or something that is like falling apart. The Tower is like, first she has to go through this very uncomfortable change in her reality. Maybe she was waiting to collaborate with someone, and that sort of proposition is going to fall. So she will have to, somehow start all over. But I see the Knight of Cups, so I see that she wants this solo. She wants this solo. It's just that first she has to go through this she has to go towards this freedom. She has to have somehow liberate herself from, I don't know if she was planning to work on this with certain people, and I see a sort of fallout for her and these people or this collaboration. I think that there's going to be like a breakup. There's going to be like a separation, like an abrupt change. So she's going to have to, I see her very creative in 2026. I don't see that this is going to stop her, but probably she has to, maybe go through this sort of separation from this person, or this person that she was like, okay, I'm going to be working with this person, or this person said that they were going to work with me, and I was waiting for them, and I'm waiting for them, and the Tower is like this sort of like um, a change, like you're not going to be working with this person, there's going to be a break, and then you're going to have to start all over on yourself, like by yourself. But then we have the Card of Freedom. So I think that 2026 is a year for her to have this solo. I wouldn't be able to say like January, because I think that first she has to break up with this person or this association that she has, or even maybe she's waiting for someone to confirm a collaboration, or she's waiting for someone to be working with her, or maybe someone promised to her like, we are going to do this together. But I see like a fallout, I see like a change of plans, something unexpected happens, and it's not going to be like this. So she has to do it on another way. She has to go on another route. It's not going to be with this person, or it's not going to be like you thought that you were going to release this. It's going to be differently. But definitely her heart, her emotion, her sentiment is about like, I want to give this to the fans, or I want to share this with the fans. It's just that she has to end a contract. It's not contract, because also like it could be a creative process, but it could be someone that she's friends with, like there has to be a sort of separation, like a breakup, I would say, because we have cups. So somehow she has to go through this, I would say, like this breakup, so she can advance and find her own freedom, or find her own path, her own individual path. But I see that she will continue. It's just that maybe it's not going to go like she wants to. Okay, let's see. Girlset. Oh my God. Let's see. Girlset. Uh, I believe this group was Bicha, but they rebranded the YP group. Girlset. How will they be perceived in the future? Girlset. They have a strong start. They have a very strong start. They're very strong. I mean, it's just that they have to go through, yeah, they have to go through different, like they have to overcome maybe, there's like a heartache, there's disappointment, there's like maybe the audience is a bit heartbroken about, the former, the other group, I don't know, that they had. We start with the Emperor. We have the Three of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Empress. So there's talent, there's potential, and we have the heart healing, heart healing. So the attitude, they have it like the Emperor, and we have on the other side we have the Empress. So there's this yin and yang energy in them. And they have this very bold attitude. It's just that in the middle, with the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, there could be a lot of like maybe people talking online, maybe a lot of criticism. There's a lot of like heartache from the past. There's a lot of, like somehow I feel like, I don't know if the girls were like offended by something, or by criticism, or the community, or people make certain remarks or certain comments about them. So I think that for them it's going to take a while for them to finally, you know become stronger to criticism, I would say, because it's more like their start is really good. We have the Emperor, so definitely the energy, the stage presence, they have the possibility to rule, or to be number one, to be. They are very passionate they are very bold, they are very dominant in their artistry, or in the way they present themselves. It's just that maybe people are picking up on things like, oh, we don't like this about you, or oh, you should have improved in this. We have seen you for a while and you're still doing the same mistakes. Like a lot of remarks and comments that I think that they need to take this sort of like, yeah, it's like negative feedback, but they have to take it not personal, but actually listen to it and work on this. Because uh, somehow people, there's certain people that are really hurt by the rebrand of this group. It's not that the girls are not talented. Actually, the talent is very visible. The way they present themselves is very strong, but people, maybe they are not letting go yet of the past. So, or if they know the girl's past, they could be something about certain, I don't know, people online, or maybe fans, people being like, oh, you used to be like this and now you're not like this anymore, and we are disappointed in you because you used to be like this, and what happened to you. So there's a lot of like comments that hurt the girls' self-esteem, and they can make the girls feel a bit weak about like, okay, am I doing this correctly or not? um, they have to overcome this. They have to go through this. I think that they're going to be marked or affected by certain comments. Yes, they're going to get criticism. They're going to get criticism, but the outcome is that the growth and the potential is in there with the Empress. They can grow, they can shine, they can be better, they can be successful, but they probably, yeah, they will be judged a bit. They will be judged a bit. you know it's just that maybe the audience has a bit of an issue. Could it be that they show up very masculine, like, we start with the emperor and we end with the empress, so there's something about maybe they come off a bit too strong with their concept, and people are like, we don't like it, or we don't like that, the concept that you guys have, or very strong and dominant women, like, we don't like that. So they have to soften their style, become more like sweet, more like feminine, more like, tender. um, um, you know they don't want these with the emperor, they don't want this like, um, um, boss bitch attitude. They want the girls to be sweet. They want the girls to look pleasant, beautiful, sweet. Like if you sing to me with a soft voice. Um, so yeah, wait, guys, that I'm going to open to Luna, to not Luna, Kali. I thought I heard Kali, but she wasn't there. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I think that they have the potential to grow and be more. I don't know why I want to say be more liked. Maybe there's something about people not. They don't like the boss attitude. I don't know. I think that people get on the defensive about this, and they get a lot of criticism. But yeah, her healing. I think that probably the audience and the girls themselves, they have a lot of healing to do about where they come from, or their past, or what happened in the past. So it's like, it seems like their career is somehow affected by the past, and the conflicts of the past. So you somehow have to let people release their anger, probably release, their opinion, or that they are hurt or they are offended by something. I don't know, but it's all about a process of healing and understanding that the girls, they need to grow out of the past, and they have the potential to grow and become these queens, these beautiful queens. The talent is there, just that maybe people are not having it. Okay. What do Twice and Le Sserafim think about each other as groups? What do Twice and Le Sserafim think about each other as groups? Twice, Le Sserafim. It's really good. Hmm. They do communicate with each other, right? Some members, they do talk because there's a lot of balance energy, like reciprocity. About Twice and the Seraphim, what they think about each other as groups. Um, I mean, from Twice, the Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, definitely, I think that if they talk to Le Seraphim or if they express how they feel about Le Seraphim, there's something about them seeing, Le Seraphim as this, this group that they have to keep going with the changes, and it's like them advising the girls or seeing the girls. I mean, like, girls, don't stop, don't stop. It doesn't matter or what the others tell you. You have to be quick. You have to keep going. Just show up, do the work, and move on. The Wheel of Fortune is about cycles. Like, don't get stuck in a cycle. Just go, just go. Maybe there's something about Twice as a group that they had experienced this themselves. Maybe it's about criticism. So there's something with the Knight of Swords that is about speed. It's like, go with the flow. Don't get stuck in what other people say of you, or don't give them that. You just keep advancing no matter what, because things are changing. Le Sserafim is like the next step. Le Sserafim is like the future of the girl groups. I guess that from Twice perspective, there's like, you guys are part of the future, so don't stop. Just keep advancing, keep advancing. Don't stop, don't stop. Even if you have to somehow block other people's opinions, and just keep moving, keep moving. Don't pay attention to the haters, don't pay attention, just keep advancing. Don't stop, don't stop. Just go with the flow. um and about Le Seraphim, yeah, we have the Chariot and the Ace of Cups. So again, you see, this is another card that is like, let's get back to the basics. That they have like a lot of love for Twice, because there's something about them, yeah, taking them as an example of also advancing in your career. It's like, yeah, we done this in the past, yeah, it was great, but we keep advancing, and we are generous. There's something about them receiving the love from Twice, or maybe they have a good relationship, so they're like, we love them because they always receive us with open arms. They're always available. Maybe Twice is a girl group that, when it comes to other girl groups, they are always open. Like, do you want to talk? Do you want me to help you with this? Do you need anything? Like, let's create content together. Let's do things together. So they are like a great example of, like, if you keep your heart open, and if you keep advancing and you advance with your vision and your truth, you're going to make it. So they love Twice. They love Twice so much. But yeah, their connection, and what they think about each other as groups is, there's something about balance. There's something about, them seeing each other as like, um, there's something about, learning to receive, give and receive in a sort of a manner of modesty. Like, don't go all out. You keep advancing, you keep doing your job, but you don't lose yourself in the process. You don't do a lot to please others. Like, no, keep keep yourself very um connected to your purpose, but don't overdo it. Your value, you don't need to, show your value to anyone. You just do what you have to do. You are responsible, and you give to the people that love you. You give them the attention, you give them the music, you give them the performances, and you keep advancing. But when it comes to, the haters or the negativity, you don't put in there your energy. And also the communication is even. There's something about reciprocity. We talk, we give our message to the people that want to listen to our message, the people that resonate with our music, the people that like our concept. Now, if you don't like it, we get it, but we put our effort in measure, and we put it towards the people that do enjoy it. And I think that this is something that they have in common. Twice and Le Sserafim in their different experiences, but they have something that is like, we know we're not for everyone, but to the people that do appreciate us, the people that want to see us succeed, the people that invest in us, to those people, we give the best. We give them what we have. We work for those people. We give them our gifts, we give them our time, we give them our, and there's something about communication as well. We talk to the people that love us. We don't respond to the haters. We talk to the people that really want to hear us or want to hear our message. To them we talk, to them we express. Now, to the haters, let's just be, picky. Let's just be modest about, like, yeah, we know we're not everyone's, favorite. We get it. But with the people that love us and appreciate us, to them, we give them everything. We are available for them. We talk to the fans. We have our own language. We have our own, inside jokes. We have our own content. We have our own world. That is a world that is very well balanced. That is very well organized, even. So it's like, we understand that we are not for everyone. And we don't pretend to be everyone's, favorite group. Like, oh yeah, everyone loves us. No, we know that there's certain people that don't. Okay. I'm going to read for the last one, guys, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to read for Kim Junsu. Kim Junsu, isn't he the former member of TVSQ? Ah, yes, he is. Kim Junsu. Okay, let's see. For Kim Junsu Career. Okay. For Kim Junsu, we have 6 of swords. We have 7 of swords, 7 of wands, sorry, 7 of wands. We have the page of wands, and we have the strength card. And then we have from the oracle, it says practical intuition. So yeah, I think that he's trying to move on. There's something about him, probably releasing something new very soon. It's just that there's something, the 6 of swords and 7 of wands is giving me a bit of resistance from him. I don't know if he has like a hard time moving on, like advancing in his career. There's something that is like, yeah, you are advancing, but at the same time, could it be that he sabotages himself or he sabotages his projects? because change is coming. Like he's definitely on another journey. He's not in the same place anymore. There's changes, there's news, there's a lot of traveling, a lot of movement for him. But he's a bit on the defensive yet. Maybe he probably is also someone that he needs other people to be like, do you want help? Do you want me to help you with this? Because I think that he refuses sometimes to advance when he's already on the way. When he's already advancing, when he's already like when you're like, you are already on your way, like what are you doing? um he can be a bit afraid of change. But well, the accepting work on something new, something that he hasn't done before. The page of ones is like, okay, I'm ready. I guess I'm going to do this differently. Maybe it's another genre of music, is another kind of style of his. And he has to start like somehow like an amateur. He has to go through this like someone inexperienced, because he's like, wow, I never done this genre before, or I never tried this before in my career. But he has to, there's something with the ones that is like, you have to get more passionate about your career. You have to get more passionate. You have to, you know just go and do it. Just go and do it. Just do it on your own. This is another thing. Like, I think that in here, no one is coming to save him, nor, this is something that he has to face on his own. This is a new chapter that he has to do on his own. And we have the strengths card. So I think that maybe the reason why he has to go through this alone is because he has to learn to master himself, maybe to master his insecurities, to master that he self sabotages, or to master that there's a part of him that he thinks that he's not ready, or he thinks that he's going to fail. So the cards is like, you are already on your way. So you just go and do it. You show up and do it. And the strengths card is like, somehow contain or hold back from thinking negatively of you. This is a new start. No one is going to judge you. This is new. And I think that new is good. Change is good for you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't think. I think that this new project or this new thing that he's going to do is going to make him stronger, make him more like adaptable to that things are done differently now. And that maybe he has to, go through these changes, maybe as an entertainer himself, because the page of wands is all about also, like, not so much like, I know he's a singer, but probably it's more about him showing himself, or maybe going to, could it be like a competition, or getting into a competition, or getting competitive, or just like showing up and just, being courageous somehow, or being like going through an exploration or a new journey. Is like, you need to be strong, because where you're going to need to be strong, even physically and even mentally. You have to, maybe it's like a competition or something like this, but I think that for him, it can be something exciting in his life. Maybe he needs an exciting journey, maybe another role, or another, another challenge, another kind of, I don't know, being part of a show or something, that he's like, yeah, well, the talent, I do have it, but you also have to, I don't know, entertain, or be funny, or be goofy, or just like, be different, and just, show what you got, because there's going to be competition. So yeah, be brave, and also adapt. I think that it's exciting. I see that it's exciting, but yeah, also practical intuition. See, it's like he knows what he has to do, and he knows that probably the change or maybe he signed up for this and he's like he knows that it's good for him, but he also is a bit on the defensive about this. He's like, what if I mess up, or what if I'm not good at this? And it's like, you need to go through this. And I don't know why I want to say this, but there's something about like you have to do this on your own. No one is going to grab you by the hand and take you to your next challenge. You have to show up yourself. This, you will not be helped by others. You have to dare to do this and show up on your own. So, but I think that once he's involved, he's going to enjoy it. He's going to love it, like a small child. You know, he's going to be like, "Wow, this is so fun." But you know, he has to, yeah, change. He has to change. Oh, thank you, Chachalino. Thank you for being here. I'm sure you guys are already gone. Yeah, today it was a very, there were a lot of interruptions uh, because of the internet, and I'm sure that there's going to be moments where this is going to be stuck, the video. I apologize, but it's because it's very windy today, and I can hear the wind. The weather is crazy over here, and my internet is not that good. Um, but yeah, I will be back on Wednesday if everything goes well. Let's see what I can do for next Wednesday. Let's see what shows up in K-pop, um, or if there's some event or something that I can be doing that is going to be like fun, about celebrities. But yeah, I will be thinking about this, about what to do next Wednesday. So yes, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely weekend. I don't know how to get out of this. How do I get out of this? Because I cannot see that. Oh, here. Have a lovely Sunday, guys. Bye.